Join me as we update the Tudor Corner modular with an LED lighting kit from the folks at LeLightGo. We've done some lighting kits on a couple other sets, most notably the Home Alone set, which has become part of our Christmas tree decoration. This is the first time that we've done one of the Lego modular sets with lights. Now, if you've never done a lighting kit before, there's a few options out there and they're all generally the same. You get a lot of little tiny components and wires, just like this. And quite frankly, some of these components are so tiny, they're kind of difficult to deal with, especially for somebody like me with big grubby fingers. This particular lighting set comes with a couple of Lego adjacent elements. This is not real Lego. And the instructions that are provided, they're all online. And they're okay. I think you got to remember, just like with a regular Lego set, they're all picture oriented and they do take a little bit of getting used to. I was a little confused on the first couple steps, but I did get the hang of it after a while. Now, here's what the inside of the ground floor looked like after I got all the wiring done. There are a lot of wires going back and forth. There is some opportunity. You can differentiate from the instructions a little bit and hide some of the wires more yourself than what they might call for. What you're looking at here is a good example of that. The directions had the wire kind of going up the outside of the building from this, but I decided this is the wire to light up that lamppost. I just running it underneath the tiles in the sidewalk. Generally, the wires with LeLightGo are tiny enough that you can snake them underneath pieces like this and everything still connects properly and you can't tell that you've run a wire under there. There are some pretty neat elements that are included with this lighting kit. For example, you're looking at the big clock. It's on the outside of the Tudor Corner. They have this little LED set that wraps around the clock, and you'll see it at the end when we light this up. It is a really neat effect. And as we mentioned before, it is, I think, important to hide wires more than perhaps the invitations allow you to do. Is, for example, it shows here, it recommends how to hide the wire for this clock going through the wall, which this was fine, but there's some other ways that you can do this on some of these other steps that I think makes a lot more sense. The challenge you get with a few of these, though, is sometimes you have to have a little bit more slack on the wires to be able to snake it up through and hide it a little bit better. And you don't necessarily get that with a few of the elements in this set. I can't speak for other LeLightGo sets, but that that's one thing I would have liked to have seen is maybe just a little bit more slack, just to give us some more opportunity to hide these wires. Now I want to show you one kind of big change that I made on the exterior at the end. What had happened was you wire each of the 3 floors individually, and then there's a wire coming out the back that snakes down the side of the building. Now, what I did was take one of these 1x4 tan panels and substituted it for one of the 1x4 bricks that's in the side of the building. And what that allowed me to do was to take the transformer that the wires coming out of the building plug into, you can see that here, is I can just hide that kind of inside the little hole that that panel creates. That way I can still put another building up next to this. You don't have the transformer causing problems with your spacing between buildings. So there's one wire left. It's this red wire that's connected to a USB port that will feed the electricity to the building. And what I like about using my version of Mills is that I can take that wire, snake it underneath the building, and then out the front. That just gives me more options for running the wiring and hiding it. Okay, all the wiring is done. Now let's check this out. I think this turned out pretty good. I especially like the different colors of lights that are used. That one strand that's on the landing underneath the clock there, that changes color, which I think is a really fun effect. Pretty cool how they can get the lamppost to light up, and then of course the inside of the buildings is lit up, which is really nice thing to be able to see. There's even a light over the back door. If you want to check out more from LeLightGo, they have dozens of light kits available. We have a referral link in the comments, and if you use coupon code HOFBuilder, you can also get a discount.